Hey Blue Crew, and welcome back to today's final whistle of Chelsea 2, Burnley 0. I thought the guys played really well today. It was initially a bit concerning in the opening 15 or 20 minutes of the match. We looked to be under pressure, especially in transition. The defensive structure looked like it was lacking in those first opening 15 minutes or so. There were a couple moments where they got in behind Cucurella, or there was one that was especially concerning where they just blew straight through the center of the defensive line and were in on goal, forcing some big actions from Sanchez early on in the match with some otherwise suspect moments of transitional defending, but we were able to get a hold on to the game following that in the first half. The initial goal from Pedro Neto follows a excellent cross and excellent delivery from Gittins to the back post. Enzo and Neto both drift there to the back post. It just flies over Enzo's head, but perfectly drops for Neto, making that second back post run, drifting in behind the occupied defender, so he's able to get a free header, but albeit difficult header, at the back post to score a beautiful goal to make it 1-0 to Chelsea, following a good passage of play where we had picked up some of the ball and were able to impose some more of our will on the game. With his goal and the rest of his play in the match, Pedro Neto is going to go ahead and get our first blue card of the game. He played really well today, played the full 90 minutes, so I think he will likely be rotated in the game against Barcelona midweek. So could we see Estevao starting against Barcelona in the Champions League? We'll have to stay tuned to find out. But otherwise, Pedro Neto played really well during the game. He was dynamic on that right side, offering good runs to stretch the Burnley defensive line. And overall, it's definitely deserving of a blue card and was one of my players of the match. Secondly, we're going to give a blue card to Andre Santos. I thought this was one of his best games that he's had in a Chelsea shirt. He played really well protecting those back three as we shifted the wingbacks up to move into midfield, especially once James was substituted in the start of the second half for Badiashile, and we were able to put a left footer over on the left side of that back three. The defense looked a lot more comfortable. This also allowed, especially after the introduction of Malo Gusto, for us to drop into a defensive five, which was really helpful in shoring up the potential threats in the second half. I thought we looked pretty comfortable. We could have gotten our second goal a little bit earlier. There were some very positive moments of attacking play where we were just not able to quite finish it off. I thought that Delap played well. I thought Delap played all right, and I thought Guiu also played all right in the system, looking to be a target forward and allow João Pedro and the wingers to play off of them. Guiu obviously got an assist to Enzo Fernandez's goal in the closing moments of the game, but it was, I thought, a good performance, or a reasonably good performance from the two striker profiles. I really want to, we need Cole Palmer back. It would be awesome to get him back into the team. He did, of course, break his toe, so he's out for a few more games still, but it will be very important to have him back in the squad, letting João Pedro go back up top. It'll be interesting to see how the profile of our attack develops as we interplay between Delap and Pedro up top, one giving more of a classical number 9 profile and the other looking to interplay more. But João Pedro is creative with Estevao and Palmer, so having him up top is also, of course, a good option, as always. Concerning moments, we had 2 yellow cards that were kind of unnecessary. These will be our yellow cards for today. concerning moments. Pedro Neto's was really, really unnecessary. He just picks the ball up and started basketball dribbling it back towards midfield, delaying the restart and just needlessly picking up a yellow card. There was no accumulation there. He played well after the fact on a yellow, so it's fine. But as the Premier League does accumulate yellow cards throughout the season, we just don't need to be having these sort of silly, needless cautions when they can be saved for a tackle that is needed to stop an attack, to hold on to a 1-0 game, or to squeak out a draw, when times when you can really use a smart caution. So picking up these early disciplinary issue infractions continues to be kind of concerning, but both players are able to stay on the pitch. Badiashile keeps Estev from coming back on after he leaves the pitch following a corner, or on the delivery of a corner, and then he gets himself yellow carded, but he also stays on, does well to manage his yellow cards, so that's all good there. Enzo Maresca starts to run off down the touchline, but catches himself knowing he's already on a yellow card for arguing earlier in the game, and does not get himself sent off, rushing off down the touchline in the closing moments as he did against Liverpool, so that's great to see as well. But all in all, it was a good game by the boys. Would like to see a little bit more confidence defensively in the start of the game, but it's the early kickoff after an international break, so that is understandable, and we did end up winning the game, so no harm, no foul. We will see you guys back here for a toss-up of the Champions League game, Barcelona versus Chelsea, and I won't be able to do a final whistle of that game, I don't think, but there may be a short that comes out following the match if I'm able to view any of it as it's played. And then we will, of course, be back here next week for the toss-up and the final whistle. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any future videos. See you guys